Broadcasting from Manhattan Beach and the World Wide Web, you're listening to CHSR, HealthyLife.net.
As a service to our listeners, this program is for general information and entertainment purposes only. CHSR, HealthyLife.net does not recommend, endorse, or object to the views, products, or topics expressed or discussed by show hosts or their guests. We suggest you always consult with your own personal, medical, financial, or legal advisor.
Hello, everyone. This is Joanne Reese. Thanks so much for tuning in today to the Hemp Show. We are moving into our almost third month of this show being on HealthyLife.net, and I'm absolutely thrilled to have an opportunity to connect with you all weekly, bringing in fantastic guests who have amazing stories of healing with hemp, many of them coming with a holistic health background, all being experts in their own arena, telling their story about how this plant has been such a massive blessing to them, to the people that they love and care about, and in many cases spurring into a business for them, a whole new industry that people are getting involved in, again, often around a crisis in their life, a health crisis around with their own selves, with someone that they love, that was definitely my story. I got a phone call a couple years ago from a good friend of mine, and she said, "This is it. This is what we've been waiting for. This is what we've been praying for. What do you know about CBD?" And I didn't know anything, despite the fact that I had worked with a lot of plant medicines. I'd been educating people about plant medicines for addiction recovery, anxiety, depression, trauma. I'd been working in the field of addiction recovery for many, many years and seen miraculous things with regards to plant-based wellness and things that are happening, unfortunately not here in the United States, but down in Mexico in addiction recovery treatment. But cannabis was not on my radar. I did not know that there was a pure medicinal side of cannabis, that there was an opportunity to get all the therapeutic benefits from this plant without the THC, the psychoactive part of the plant. And because I was working so closely with people with addiction issues, I wasn't recommending THC for a variety of reasons. And I was thrilled to learn about this, not just for how it might help the clients that I was working with and, you know, what I'd seen with regards to relapse and why people relapse and all of the, you know, trauma and anxiety and depression and issues around pharmaceutical use that go along with drug addiction, but in my own life, I was dealing with a lot of imbalance in my system with my hormones, and being in my late 40s, seeing crazy mood swings happening. And there's something inside of me that got very excited when I learned about this. And I had a really miraculous experience taking a great CBD brand. It balanced me. It brought my chemistry back into balance, my hormones back into balance. Within a matter of days, and I had been struggling emotionally for months and months and months. So this has been a big, interesting topic for me in terms of how this helps women, how it helps kids, and what an incredible option for people that are dealing with problems around the side effects of pharmaceuticals and health issues and, you know, what's going on in our Western medicine diagnose and prescribe treatment system. So I'm excited to share more. This venue is to talk with people and hear their stories, and I'm absolutely thrilled today to have a good friend of mine on. What I love about Trey Martinez is he's 25 years old. He is a bright, shining star. He is a hemp entrepreneur. I've had an opportunity to probably be with Trey, 25 or 30 different times over the last several years at big events, traveling together, watching him become a leader in a fast, massively exploding industry, becoming somebody who's a massive blessing in his community with his family, watching him get on board with this exploding industry. He celebrated his 25th birthday a couple months ago, and we were together at an event. And thanks for being here with us today, Trey.
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah. So I have a little bio here on you, but I think I'm just going to jump in with some questions and kind of let you start to share your story a little bit. So go ahead and tell us a little bit about what's happened for you in the last couple years, how you got your start with getting into holistic stuff, and kind of what your mission has been.
Yeah, definitely. So I grew up here in Houston, Texas, really big for medicine. So I kind of started from there. Grew up in the Latin culture, so, yes, we do talk about some herbs, but, honestly, I didn't really know the power of food, and what you are is really in correlation to what you eat. And it wasn't until I got into sports, got into wrestling, into high school, and through that journey, I really started learning about health and wellness, and always wanting to get better and better into that, because I obviously felt better, felt optimal whenever I performed in wrestling, in jiu-jitsu, in mixed martial arts. And I knew that health was absolutely critical because, number one, my coaches always pressed it down our throats, said, hey, I can tell you're not eating well, or whatever that may be. And then it really grew from there. And I originally got into a company. It was really in the plant-based wellness. It was working with a product that was based on mangosteen and learning what superfoods were, learning what a high alkaline body was. Again, just learning what our body, our amazing body, is all about. And it kind of took it from there. From there, I was building that business, doing pretty well, traveling all over whenever I was really young, 18, 19 years old. And then I stumbled across a guy. I was at a Starbucks, again, meeting some people, building my previous business. And this guy overhears our conversation. He knew the company, and he said, hey, I'm launching literally this next weekend a company called Try My Body. And we're all about plant-based wellness. We're here to educate people, and I had no clue what a GMO was. I didn't know what gluten-free was. I've never heard of those terms. And he was trying to educate me on this and educate me kind of like what you said on the holistic side of nutrition. And it just opened my eyes. I was like, man, this is where the world's going. I know it because I see it in my own life. I want to learn more, and I know there's more people like that. And that's really where it all started. And since then, that little company, Try My Body, has absolutely exploded. And it's not only changed my life, but my family and many people around me.
Amazing. So you met a guy at Starbucks. I love that. I feel like, and I love that you got your start with wrestling. I have a 15-year-old son who decided to become a wrestler this last year. And what an amazing experience it was for us. Because I homeschooled my kids for about 10 years. And when my son went into public high school, his second year, one day he came home and he's like, I joined the wrestling team. And it's been a love affair with the coaches. They're such amazing mentors. And what a great time in high school to start to bring awareness to these kids about, I think you mentioned energy drinks and educating people about, the harmfulness of energy drinks, and especially in Texas. I jokingly say the nutrition capital of the world, Texas. Sorry. Yeah, so to have your start with athletics and really good mentoring and start to learn, and I'm 52, so I'm still learning about food and how important it is to look at food as medicine. And a lot of times people don't necessarily do that unless they're having a health problem or a crisis around that, or they have somebody who comes in, as a great mentor, which you had. So amazing. And then you went to Starbucks and you met another mentor in your life. What a blessing. I feel like, that's one of the things I look for my kids is, mentors. Sometimes kids hear it from their parents and sometimes they don't, but what a blessing. So you got involved in this company, and I know that you've had a very unique position because you're being mentored by the lead marketer of the company. I think you're also the official photographer for our company and working directly with our lead marketer, and you've had an opportunity to do some travel, yes?
Oh, just a little.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I've had the opportunity to travel a lot, especially over the last year and a half.
And so talk to me a little bit about what about this mentor impressed you. How did you know that he was going to be somebody that you were going to want to shadow and spend a lot of time with? And how has that really benefited you?
So JT, our lead marketer and really good friend, absolutely huge mentor in my life, and extremely blessed for him. The biggest thing that I've picked up from him, and something that he's just incredible at, and I'm learning every single day, is his ability to basically connect with people from all walks of life like I've never seen before. Being able to connect with them and then move them to an action, whether that's something in their health or something in business or really whatever. But it's not in his agenda. It's really for theirs. And he comes from such a great place in his heart, and that's been one of the greatest things that I've picked up traveling all over the world, from Taiwan to Japan to Mexico to all over the states in America. And his ability to, number one, build rapport, really connect with people, and not on the surface level, but really to, get deep and very quickly, and really to be there to serve. I mean, he plays with his heart, and you absolutely see that, and that's something that I strive for, is the ability to not only, one, have fun, because he makes sure he's always having fun, having smiles, cracking jokes. And this is one life we live, so every single day is a new opportunity, and you absolutely see that in the way he lives his life, but also in the way he builds business, because it's like, hey, today, what can we get done, and having a pace in his business. So there's so many things. I know that's a lot, but I have a whole list of things that I can talk about JT, from his heart to his work ethic. Never seen anybody like that, having such a pace and speed, and I can go on for days.
I love it. Yeah, I mean, I feel like these are all really, really important, and I just want to reiterate for kind of what you're saying is like, if you're going to have somebody who's going to mentor you in life, from my perspective, I would want somebody who's had a real track record of success, and yet their whole agenda is really heart-driven or spirit-driven. Because there's a lot of people that have a lot of maybe, material success or worldly success, but they're not the kind of people that you feel like are guiding you on a spiritual level, and really able to have a deep, caring, and service-driven agenda. And so what I'm curious about is, when you first heard about Prime My Body, I don't know if they even were in the hemp space as of yet with the CBD product, but what about the hemp industry has really intrigued you, and how's it been for you over the last, 2.5 years now, in terms of really getting involved with this particular industry, working with this product?
Yeah, so it's actually funny. Whenever I first met Austin, the co-founder of Prime, he started off with this plant-based protein with a ton of superfoods, from moringa. I mean, I could go on for days, but one of the ingredients was hemp seeds. And he was telling me about hemp seeds. So we kind of were in the hemp industry, just not at the level where it wasn't really promoted that way. But whenever I saw that, whenever he told me the benefits medicinally, which I already was leaning towards, I've always kind of been intrigued in the medicinal properties. I've always looked at the research. It's just something that's curious. I felt called to it, and whenever he kind of broke down a little bit of the nutritional aspect of it with hemp seeds, it opened my eyes. And then as this company grew and us getting more involved in it and coming out with our own hemp-derived oil, CBD oil, learning more and more about it. Number one is just the impact it's having on people has been unbelievable, but also as a business standpoint, there's never going to be another opportunity like this one. And I say that now because now we're seeing a industry that is deregulated, with the Farm Bill Act just passing, and a lot of people, like even my grandmother, asking, hey, what about that oil? People are opening their eyes up to it. So number one, people are looking into it as a health standpoint, and me and you can talk for days on what this has done for people that we know. And, of course, my sister, that's a whole other story in itself, which I'd love to share. But whenever you're talking about the business side of it, It's even bigger because, again, deregulation. We've never seen something like this, especially with a product. We've seen it before with energy. Whenever that was deregulated, we also saw it with telecom. Whenever that was deregulated in the 90s, which created millionaires and billionaires. I know JT knows a lot of the guys who've made a lot of money in that industry. But this is a little bit different because, number one, it's not a service, it's a product. And number two, it's truly impacting people's lives like we've never seen before. I mean, you look it up, CBD or hemp oil or even hemp, and people are calling it the miracle plant. And I swear I see stuff like that every single day with this product. So it's a myriad of things. I'm just blessed to be involved. I'm blessed to be a part of it at the forefront of it. I mean, it's even now, it's still the forefront of it. If you get involved, if you're listening to this right now, you're like, wow, I've heard about this. It is still early. I mean, we're just getting started because if you want, I'll throw some numbers around. If you're a numbers person, 590, right around 500 million of CBD sales in America last year. In the next 3 years, it's going to be a $22 billion industry, not total in those 3 years. That's going to be $22 billion a year. Where are you going to see growth like that? And then also, where are you going to be able to see growth like that with a product that creates such an impact on people? I don't know one, and that's exactly why I put my flag in there in this industry and sharing my story, sharing the business with everybody, because everybody can seriously get involved. And that's just something I'm extremely passionate about.
I love it. And so just to recap, a couple things that you shared about, we're talking about federal government deregulation. And what's really interesting to me is, as you mentioned, in the oil and gas industry, in telecom, in utilities, we've seen deregulation over the past couple of decades. But what we've never seen is deregulation and formulation at the same time, right? So we're formulating a whole new industry because this plant has been illegal for 80 years, here in the United States at least. What happened a lot with oil and gas and utilities and telecom is me and you, individual people, weren't necessarily had an opportunity to get involved in those things. They were big industries already. So it was sort of like companies getting rich. Unless it is a affiliate-based program where individual people can get started and build a whole business based on sharing it with people that they love and care about, which, could be interesting around telecommunications or that type of thing. Although I feel like our audience is so much wider with this because don't you want to help your sister who's depressed? Don't you want to help your aunt who's got diabetes? Don't you want to help your cousin who's on heroin? And how does one thing help so many people?
Right. Yeah. It's something that I always like to say is, like you were just referring to with oil and telecom, again, those are services. Oil, yes, that's like more of a product, but that product doesn't make an impact like this does on, like you said, the wide audience. And with this type of business, the affiliate style where a lot of people can get involved, what I love about it is you try a product, whether that be, Prime or whether that be just any oil out there. If this product makes an impact on you, that impact creates a story, and you're going to go naturally share that story with everybody you know, especially if it was a huge impact. And that's what makes it so special, because something I always like to say is my grandmother would have never tried hemp oil if it wasn't for me sitting down with her and telling her what it is. Because what does she think it is? Marijuana sold on the streets. Yes, she sees it in a newspaper, on the news, like, hey, there's CBD, blah, blah, blah. But she doesn't really... She's never going to go to a smoke shop and buy it. How about that? Nor is my mother or many people that I know. They're going to just go to a smoke shop or go online or whatever that looks like. This affiliate model is so perfect because it's really a grassroots effort where, hey, this is what it did for me. You need to try it. And somebody needs to educate people friends, family on what CBD is, what the endocannabinoid system is, because it's not really being shared elsewhere. And I think that's what makes this so powerful, especially even being, in the industry, is, hey, you get to help formulate it, like you said, and educate people on the difference of marijuana and more of the cannabinoid-rich hemp plant. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's the biggest misunderstanding I know, because I'm in addiction recovery and I'm dealing a lot with people who have like long-term sobriety, and they learn about this, they hear about it, they read articles about it, and they say, no, thank you, no, thank you, no, thank you. And then one day they meet somebody at a business networking event or through a family member or maybe even their doctor or their chiropractor says, hey, I think you should look into CBD. I think you should check this out. Somebody that they love, know, and trust says to them, hey, I might know of something that could help you with that. Wonder if you want to try to get off this medication. Wonder if you want to try to have some issues, have some resolve with this. Or I understand you're going through chemo and radiation. If you take CBD while you're doing that, it's going to help you with the nausea and the side effects. And then when that conversation, suddenly there's some openness there. So we're going to take a short break. We'll be right back with Trey Martinez. Thanks so much for being with us.
Coach Kev believes everyone is a leader and has a kingdom to build. He wrote Kingdom Business, License to Lead, to give you his secrets to leadership and to learn how to use the 4 pillars and hemp oil to become a committed, passionate leader of your life. Get the book, Kingdom Business, License to Lead by Kevin J. Suber at Amazon.com. You'll be glad you did. So do it now. Kingdom Business at Amazon.com or call 424-645-7823. That's 424-645-7823.
Women face more challenges today, resulting in more stress, anxiety, and body imbalances. Women need a little more support, and that's where Recept may help. Organically grown and processed with nanosonicated technology, this THC-free hemp product is a great balancing tool. It may aid a woman's hormonal balance from PMS to conception, from pregnancy to menopause. So women, get your calm on. Order Recept today. Just text or call 310-678-9712.
You're interested in trying hemp for healing, but you really don't know where to turn for answers. That's when you call cannabis nurse Jamie Rollins-Smith. She'll help you design an individualized, effective plan for utilizing just the right cannabis medicine, whole food nutrition, and mindfulness to achieve your personal wellness goals. As a cannabis consultant, she even offers services and online courses for nurses. Find out more about Jamie Rollins-Smith at TrueHealthConsulting.com. Or better yet, call her at 561-377-0220.
After 80 years, the government has finally broken open this industry. Imagine tapping into an industry that is expected to grow from $60 million to $22 billion in just 2 years. The industry is hemp. This just might be what you're looking for. To find out how you could be an international distributor with one of the fastest growing hemp companies, call or text 310-678-9712 now. That's 310-678-9712.
Created by nature and proven by science, Recept Hemp Extract is something you've probably never experienced before. This organic, non-THC product not only has CBD, but Recept has the latest and highest CBG content. CBG may aid sleep, pain, digestion, mood, so many things. Get your broad-spectrum Recept today. Call or text 310-678-9712 now, or visit lovinglife.primemybody.com.
You're listening to HealthyLife.net. Millions of listeners know the secret. Now you do too. Positive talk 24 hours a day, every day.
Hello, this is Joanne Reese. Thanks so much for joining us today on The Hemp Show. If you're just tuning in, feel free to click on the on-demand broadcast to hear the first part of our interview today. And we are on with Trey Martinez, who's a hemp entrepreneur out of Houston, Texas. Trey has had a really amazing experience over the last 2.5 years. He's been personally mentored by some of the leading industry leaders in the affiliate marketing space. Trey's had an opportunity to travel the world, helping to build a global distribution team and be sharing CBD with a lot of people in his life and loved ones. And thanks so much for being with us. And we were talking a little bit about you sitting down with your grandma and you sitting down with your mom and you sitting down with, loved ones. And I'd love to hear how did those conversations go? And as you were able to, offer something up and people started to try this, give us some little details about what kind of results you saw.
Yeah. First of all, the results were completely different than I was expecting. I was expecting, for example, one of the biggest ones in the very start of it, when I just got, really started in the industry, was my grandmother. And we're talking, I go over to her home, we're just catching up, and she's asking, how's business? And I say, hey, we're launching a hemp oil, CBD oil. And she's immediately interested. And that's probably the key word I will say with everybody I talk to, is everyone is interested. They want to learn more. And she was telling me how she saw it in the newspaper. She's hearing a little bit about it. And this was like 2.5 years ago. So definitely not, today. So she was even hearing it back then. But she was interested. So I got to explain it what it was. I said, hey, coming from a very traditional Catholic, Hispanic culture, marijuana, no way. And talking to her about it, that's exactly how she feels about it. So that's what she thought this was. And I told her, I said, hey, they took the sin out of the bottle, and this is really clean. It's medicinal. It takes all of the psychoactive components out of it. And as soon as she said that, as soon as I started explaining what really hemp is and some of the benefits she can see, she's like, hey, can you help me with my knee? Can help me with sleep? And immediately she's like, I want to try some. And whenever I heard her say that, I was like, wow, that's unbelievable. Not only from a business perspective is this going to explode, but look at how many people are open. They're open. They wanted to learn more. And that's just the conversations I've had with everyone, from my parents to just people who I randomly meet, whether at Whole Foods or at the gym, or whether that's just an event, or seriously, it doesn't matter. Whenever I get into a conversation, people are almost always open to learning more and trying it. So it's actually pretty amazing, because it wasn't what I expected.
I love it. And so when they're trying it, what kind of feedback are you getting from people? And I'd also love to hear about if there's people that you've shared this with who've tried other products and maybe not had the same experience.
Yeah, definitely. So what's super cool is having people try our oil, especially if it's the first time they've tried it, and feeling a positive effect within minutes, sometimes within literally 30, 60 seconds. I'm like, that is incredible. I've never seen anything like it. And what's even, crazier is, again, some of these people, they try our product and then they think that's kind of how all products are. So maybe they go find something online, or they, let's say, again, they just try another product and they don't feel the same effects. They almost sometimes don't feel it at all, or it takes days or weeks to even feel somewhat of the effects that we have with our product. And that's just, number one, it's exciting because, you know that we have a really solid first-in-class product. But the fact that people are feeling the effects immediately is truly, truly unbelievable.
I love it. And so can you give me some specifics? What kind of feedback have you gotten as you've shared this with people over the last couple of years?
Yeah, man, I've had everything from pain. People who are on some of the highest pain medications out there, and them being able to wean off that within weeks from being on our product, from that to people who have autistic children and them seeing a lot more activity out of them, and just overall more aware. And then you have people who are depressed, like perfect example is my sister, extremely depressed, was dealing with, suicidal thoughts. We found her, cutting her wrist, and she was just in a really, really dark place. And being able to have a solution for her, which we tried others before, from therapy to, just different products, and then, getting her finally on the product and seeing something within days, like drastic change within days, more activity, more talking, a certain light to her, certain joy, and then within weeks and months, and now months, it's like I have my sister back that I hadn't seen in years, and that alone has been unbelievable. And I've even seen that with other people, like my cousin, who has dealt with depression most of her life, and got on pharmaceuticals, and it was helping, but then she's starting to not feel the pharmaceuticals anymore, basic depression pills, and guess what? We get her on this product, just like, wow, this is the first time I just feel great. I feel happy, feel joyful, and that is just like, warms my heart, and it's why I do this. I mean, it's a huge, huge reason why I do this, because you get stories like that day in and day out, and sometimes it's immediate, sometimes it's later. So I have had people who don't feel it immediately. I've had people who feel it like more 30 days after, whenever they ran out of their product, 50 days after, whenever they run out of their product, because they're like, hey, I'm starting to feel this again, whether that's the pain, whether that's the sleep, whether that's, a myriad of things. And they're like, man, that was working, because maybe they weren't aware of it at first. But that makes me remind me of a lot of the, issues I hear is sleep. A lot of people don't get great sleep, and that's one of the biggest things, probably one of the first things I hear the most out of people is like, oh my gosh, I had the best sleep I've had in years. I've had people tell me that they tried our oil and they hadn't slept that well in literally 25 years, and that just blows my mind. Because, you're just bringing the body into balance, and, again, we can go into the science of it, but it's just helping the body.
Yeah, that's incredible. I know that you had an opportunity to listen to a lot of researchers and doctors and educators and herb experts and chiropractors and holistic health experts, and they all talk about the hundreds of things that can be helped when you're not in that chronic fight or flight anymore. We'll be back after this short break.
The best herbalist aromatherapist crafted body creams and herbal remedy products are now available to you. Completely organic, completely chemical free, and here's the secret, they're made with love. Vitality and rejuvenation seeps through with every application of Gaia's Garden Bath and Botanica products. Get your Gaia's Garden Bath and Botanica products today. Visit artfire.com and search for Gaia's Garden Bath and Botanica. That's artfire.com. Search for Gaia's Garden Bath and Botanica, and you're there.
After 80 years, the government has finally broken open this industry. Imagine tapping into an industry that is expected to grow from $60 million to $22 billion in just 2 years. The industry is hemp. This just might be what you're looking for. To find out how you could be an international distributor with one of the fastest growing hemp companies, call or text 310-678-9712 now. That's 310-678-9712.
You're interested in trying hemp for healing, but you really don't know where to turn for answers. That's when you call cannabis nurse Jamie Rollins Smith. She'll help you design an individualized, effective plan for utilizing just the right cannabis medicine, whole food nutrition, and mindfulness to achieve your personal wellness goals. As a cannabis consultant, she even offers services and online courses for nurses. Find out more about Jamie Rollins Smith at TrueHealthConsulting.com. Or better yet, call her at 561-377-0220.
Women face more challenges today, resulting in more stress, anxiety, and body imbalances. Women need a little more support, and that's where Recept may help. Organically grown and processed with nanosonicated technology, this THC-free hemp product is a great balancing tool. It may aid a woman's hormonal balance from PMS to conception, from pregnancy to menopause. So women, get your calm on. Order Recept today. Just text or call 310-678-9712.
Humans aren't the only ones that can benefit from hemp. Animals can too. Hemp Health for Pets was specially formulated for dogs and cats. Safe and effective, your pets can feel balanced in body and mind with Prime My Pet Hemp and Health Blend. It has organic CBD and yucca, hawthorn, fish oil, and red algae, making Hemp and Health Blend perfect to aid your pets' inflammation, skin conditions, joints, and more. Get yours today. Just text or call 310-678-9712. That's 310-678-9712.
Eclectic talk with a positive twist. HealthyLife.net.
Hi, everybody. This is Joanne Reese on the Hemp Show, and I had a couple little tears rolling down my eyes as I was listening to your story about your sister Trey, and I really appreciate you bringing this up. I feel like the number one thing people want to do is help their family, and I know that I have some crisis situations in my personal family. I have very active, tragic drug addiction happening in my family. I have some mental health issues happening in my family. I have family members that have debilitating neuropathy, arthritis, depression, bipolar disorder. I mean, it's like we have it all going on, and some of them are kids, and some of them are my grandmother, and to watch your family members suffer, or your kids, or it's the most challenging thing. And sometimes there's things that we can recommend, and oftentimes we're just totally powerless, and there's like nothing that we feel like we can do. But in this case, you had something incredible.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, with a perfect example is again going back to my sister and what you're just saying. You almost feel like you're walking on eggshells most of the time because you're afraid of triggering something with let's say for depression or anxiety, or even deeper suicidal thoughts like, again, I saw personally. And it's just such a scary time because you want to help, you want to do everything you can, but like you said, you almost feel powerless, you almost feel like there's nothing you can do. Trying different options, obviously it's not like you just given up, but like you're trying, and then whenever for me, whenever I was around my sister, trying to pull something out of her just to know that, hey, you're okay, you're still doing all right, you're still hanging in there, you have hope, but sometimes you had no clue, and that was a really, really dark, scary time, having several conversations with my mother, my dad, my parents, and them, especially my mom breaking down because, again, feeling hopeless, literally hopeless, and having something like this that literally, again, 180, it's been a true miracle to see her transformation. And what's been so amazing is we're getting it all documented. So having some of these brain scans and getting some of these early clinicals done through the company, through Dr. Ron, the chief medical advisor, out here in Houston, Texas, Dr. Chang Ron. It's just been truly amazing because guess what? This is the Hemp Show. Obviously, we're talking about hemp and business and the product. But what I'm stoked about it, too, is this is going to help the whole industry, is these clinicals, is true studies, is data showing, hey, this is your brain on hemp, this is your brain off of hemp. This is literally true clinical data that we can almost prove. And that's the most exciting part because I got to see that firsthand with my sister. So we did have a brain scan of her brain before and then 5 months later, and it is unbelievable. I mean, it doesn't even make sense. Doctors don't believe it. They think it's fake. They're wondering what happened. How did this happen so fast? And again, they don't believe it, especially when we say it's hemp oil, CBD oil. But that is just something I'm super excited and super passionate about is, hey, clinical data, being able to prove what this is really doing for the body.
And this is something that's really unique. I know that, I've talked to a lot of medical professionals over the last couple of years. I've talked to a lot of people that are running rehabs, doctors, chief medical directors, et cetera. And if they don't know a ton about cannabis research, they all say the same thing, like, we need to do more research, right? And so when I attended the Expo West, the Natural Products Show in Anaheim a couple months ago, what I saw was last year there were a handful of CBD companies, and this year there were I'm trying to think of it, like 700 CBD companies at this event. And I think they gave a statistic like there's 1,500 companies in the United States or in the world now that are creating some kind of hemp or CBD kinds of products. So we're seeing it explode. I think we watched it go from 100 million to 590 million over a period of a couple years. And now they're predicting we're going to be at 22 billion in the next 2 to 3 years. So we're seeing a massive amount of explosion. People are coming out with CBD water and CBD lotion, and one of my friends jokingly says every time I go to a restaurant in Oregon, they want me to put CBD on my salad with the salad dressing. So we're seeing it everywhere, all over the place, every time you get a massage. But I don't know any companies that have affiliated with a huge functional medicine clinic. So that's what you're referring to. Dr. Chang Ran is running the second largest functional medicine clinic in the United States that takes insurance. So it's a combination of like Eastern and Western, right? And he's giving this Recept hemp product to hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of his patients. And he's doing brain scans before and after. And he's doing double-blind placebo studies and creating clinical data here. So this is what people want to see, and it sounds like, it's one thing to have anecdotal evidence, but it's a whole other thing to be seeing the science behind this.
Oh, absolutely. And, how you're seeing it everywhere, throw it on your salad, throw it in your juices. I mean, it was hilarious. I walked into my gym the other day, and they actually had hemp leaf, like flower, and some people are freaking out about it because they think it's marijuana. And then they have their own oils, and they have a salve and stuff like that. But it's just, like you said, most of these companies, that blows my mind how many were at that event you're at.
Yeah.
Because most of them, they're just jumping into it because, again, it's a huge industry. It's a huge opportunity. I'm not knocking it at all, but they don't have any clinical data. I mean, some of them, you don't even have a certificate of analysis. You have no clue where the product is made. You have no clue what's in the product. You have no clue how much, cannabinoids, or if there's any other cannabinoids like CBG, or if there's any terpenes in it. They can't even give you that. And that's really where I'm excited for us as a company, because we're leading that way. We're saying, hey, we're going to be approaching this from all aspects. From, yes, we can talk anecdotal all day, but let's talk the real facts. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And this is what I heard. They actually had a 2-day hemp and CBD summit at this event, and they had probably a dozen or two companies presenting, talking, doing panels. They talked a lot about testing. They talked a lot about extraction methods. They talked a lot about the entourage effect, different cannabinoids, how they all work synergistically together, what you need to be looking for, the kind of questions that you want to be asking. So, so that's definitely something we want to be talking about here, and we're going to go into that after this short break.
You're interested in trying hemp for healing, but you really don't know where to turn for answers. That's when you call cannabis nurse Jamie Rollins Smith. She'll help you design an individualized, effective plan for utilizing just the right cannabis medicine, whole food nutrition, and mindfulness to achieve your personal wellness goals. As a cannabis consultant, she even offers services and online courses for nurses. Find out more about Jamie Rollins Smith at TrueHealthConsulting.com. Or better yet, call her at 561-377-0220.
Women face more challenges today, resulting in more stress, anxiety, and body imbalances. Women need a little more support, and that's where Recept may help. Organically grown and processed with nanosonicated technology, this THC-free hemp product is a great balancing tool. It may aid a woman's hormonal balance from PMS to conception, from pregnancy to menopause. So women, get your calm on. Order Recept today. Just text or call 310-678-9712.
Humans aren't the only ones that can benefit from hemp. Animals can too. Hemp Health for Pets was specially formulated for dogs and cats. Safe and effective, your pets can feel balanced in body and mind with Prime My Pet Hemp and Health Blend. It has organic CBD and yucca, hawthorn, fish oil, and red algae, making Hemp and Health Blend perfect to aid your pet's inflammation, skin conditions, joints, and more. Get yours today. Just text or call 310-678-9712. That's 310-678-9712.
After 80 years, the government has finally broken open this industry. Imagine tapping into an industry that is expected to grow from $60 million to $22 billion in just 2 years. The industry is hemp. This just might be what you're looking for. To find out how you could be an international distributor with one of the fastest growing hemp companies, call or text 310-678-9712 now. That's 310-678-9712.
Created by nature and proven by science, Recept Hemp Extract is something you've probably never experienced before. This organic, non-THC product not only has CBD, but Recept has the latest and highest CBG content. CBG may aid sleep, pain, digestion, mood, so many things. Get your broad-spectrum Recept today. Call or text 310-678-9712 now, or visit lovinglife.primemybody.com.
You're listening to HealthyLife.net. Millions of listeners know the secret. Now you do too. Positive talk 24 hours a day, every day.
Hello, this is Joanne Reese with The Hemp Show. Thanks so much for joining us today. If you're just tuning in, feel free to go to the On-Demand podcast page so you can hear the beginning of our interview today. And we're here with our guest, Trey Martinez. We have been talking about the difference between hemp and marijuana. We've been talking about how important it is that you know what the source of the hemp is if you're going to take a product. I often say to people, don't just be walking into a dispensary. Don't necessarily go up to the person that's working at a dispensary and expect that they're going to educate you about and answer all your questions. There's a lot, one of the things I always like to mention to people is cannabis is a remediation plant. It actually sucks the toxins out of the soil, which is amazing for cleaning the soil. The other incredible thing is that that's actually what it does inside your body, too. It sucks the toxins out of your body, which, if you're not aware, we live in a pretty toxic environment. Our air, our food, our water is full of hundreds of different toxins, many of which get clogged in our body. They clog our liver. They prevent our liver from doing what it's supposed to be doing. So to be ingesting a really high-quality, high-potency, high-purity CBD-rich hemp product is phenomenal for what it's going to do in terms of detoxifying your cells. It's going to help bring your whole body into balance. It's going to balance your blood sugar, your blood pressure, your hormones, your chemistry, your neurochemistry. It's incredible what it can do for your gut health, your digestion, your sleep. I mean, the list kind of goes on and on. I love to mention the website projectcbd.org. If you haven't had an opportunity to check this out, please do. One of the things I like on this website is they give a whole list of different conditions, hundreds of different conditions. They list PubMed, high-level scientific research on how cannabinoids and working with the endocannabinoid system helps your with every major issue, we know people are dealing with, from Alzheimer's to Parkinson's to cancer to diabetes, on and on and on. And it's incredible what just supplementing with a really, really high-quality product is. And I know that, Trey, you have you kind of hit the lottery, kind of like me. You happened to learn about CBD and this exploding industry, and a particular company that had a really, really top-end product. And I know another thing is that you've had an opportunity to spend a lot of time with the leaders of this company and the high level different groups that I know that you were in Acamal, Cancun, a couple months ago, and you spent time with different leaders that are taking this around the world, to Puerto Rico, into Mexico, into Asia. Tell me a little bit about what it's been like to be, with these really successful, really amazing people. How's that influenced you?
It's absolutely influenced me in a huge way, because I've always believed the 5 people you hang around is who you become, and if you have more than 5 great people around, it's even better. And I've definitely plugged myself into an awesome community, like what you're saying, with a lot of the leaders, a lot of the people who are just succeeding and really growing this industry, growing this business, sharing the product. But one of the biggest things that I love is, again, going back to what we were saying before, it's deregulation and also formulation of a brand new industry with a product like hemp, with something that impacts people like hemp. So what's so amazing is I'm seeing people who have never had success financially at a high level. Literally some people who were scraping by and then get involved with this industry, with our business, and have, really great success. Because it's just the timing. I believe, timing is a gift. Like we all have, everyone who's listening to this, everyone who knows what hemp oil, CBD, just hemp in general, we're all, and we have all been given a gift because of the timing that we live in. But positioning is a choice. And I've had a lot of people who I've got to work with, including yourself, Joanne, who has positioned themselves and say, hey, I'm going to rock with this. And it's just so cool because, again, you're in it so early, and the opportunity is massive. So being able to work with people from Taiwan who are able to build a full-time business with this, to people who are living here in Texas and being able to build a part-time business now. What's great about it is you get what you put in. Obviously, with this business and everything, it's, hey, what are you willing to put into it? And what's amazing is with the story, the impact that people are having with the product, they go run with it. They put in the work, and this is something that they can truly get paid on, because, again, timing, positioning, and just the impact and true power of hemp.
And the other really incredible thing is that, these numbers that we're talking out, $22 billion in the next couple of years, that's in the United States, but this is really a global movement. And Trey, you have been traveling the world with John Taylor, with Austin Tice, with Paul Rogers. You have been in Puerto Rico, you've been in Mexico, you've been in Taiwan, you've been in Japan in some of the first initial meetings. And what has been the response that you've seen in these different countries and with these different who's being attracted to this, and what's happening there?
Oh, it's been mind-blowing, because whether that's, even with my personal business, having, extremely successful, financially successful people in Taiwan, like literally billionaires in Taiwan, to, almost, I've heard billionaires in Puerto Rico, people who are extremely successful. And, for some people may say they don't need to worry about money. But they're not, yes, they see it, but they see it as an opportunity. So you have people who are, again, widely financially successful, getting involved and stoked about it, because, number one, just the opportunity of that massive growth, and obviously a business standpoint. But then again, going back to what we keep on saying, is the power of the plant. So you have people who are excited about it, but, whether you were financially successful or not, people all over the world are so excited to get involved with this, because, again, they do some research, they see the numbers, but more importantly, they go to stuff like, the web and looking into the science and medicinal properties, and they're like, wow, this just makes sense. This makes sense to go share it, and they're stoked to do it. So it's been cool. It's been really, really fun, and it's truly been a blessing to be able to connect with people all over the world. And one of the biggest things I'll say, Joanne, is everyone has the same issues all over the world. It's not just in America we have health issues, or we have mental issues, or we have financial issues. That's all over the world. People are looking for an opportunity to grow themselves mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, emotionally. And whenever you give them a vehicle to do so, what do you think the answer would be? They're going to be stoked. They're going to be excited, and they're going to be just filled with gratitude. And it's truly been a blessing.
So awesome. So thanks for joining us, everybody, today. If you're interested in learning a little bit more about how you might want to get involved in this, please go to www.lovinglife.primemybody.com. We are excited to bring the sacred plant back to educate people about the opportunity of what's happening with this industry, what's happening with global government deregulation. And most importantly, we want this to be a blessing to you, to your family, to your community, to those who are struggling with physical, mental, emotional, energetic, spiritual issues. And we know it absolutely will be. So blessings to you all today. Thanks so much for joining us.
Coach Kev believes everyone is a leader and has a kingdom to build. He wrote Kingdom Business, Licensed to Lead, to give you his secrets to leadership and to learn how to use the 4 pillars and hemp oil to become a committed, passionate leader of your life. Get the book, Kingdom Business, Licensed to Lead by Kevin J. Suber at Amazon.com. You'll be glad you did. So do it now. Kingdom Business at Amazon.com or call 424-645-7823. That's 424-645-7823.
After 80 years, the government has finally broken open this industry. Imagine tapping into an industry that is expected to grow from $60 million to $22 billion in just 2 years. The industry is hemp. This just might be what you're looking for. To find out how you could be an international distributor with one of the fastest growing hemp companies, call or text 310-678-9712 now. That's 310-678-9712.
You're interested in trying hemp for healing, but you really don't know where to turn for answers. That's when you call cannabis nurse Jamie Rollins Smith. She'll help you design an individualized, effective plan for utilizing just the right cannabis medicine, whole food nutrition, and mindfulness to achieve your personal wellness goals. As a cannabis consultant, she even offers services and online courses for nurses. Find out more about Jamie Rollins Smith at TrueHealthConsulting.com, or better yet, call her at 561-377-0220.
Women face more challenges today, resulting in more stress, anxiety, and body imbalances. Women need a little more support, and that's where Recept may help. Organically grown and processed with nanosonicated technology, this THC-free hemp product is a great balancing tool. It may aid a woman's hormonal balance from PMS to conception, from pregnancy to menopause. So women, get your calm on. Order Recept today. Just text or call 310-678-9712.
Eclectic talk with a positive twist. HealthyLife.net.